12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
That's the sound of one of the greatest achievements in human space exploration. Apollo 11, being the first manned mission to land on the moon on July 20th, 1969 by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. But what about the people on Earth? The brilliant scientists that helped to plan and execute that mission into reality were collectively just as responsible. Flash forward to present day. NASA is still finding new ways to innovate and reach young minds to create the next great human achievement.
The Aerospace Academy grew out of a 10-year relationship we've had with NASA Ames Research Center over in Mountain View.
Dr. Steve Price is the Director of Community-Based Learning at the Kremen School at Fresno State. He discusses how the Technology Institute came into fruition.
We ran a pre-service teacher institute there in the summers, starting in 2004. And we took undergraduates from Fresno State and other state universities over for a 1 week, and at times 2 weeks, residential program. And then we learned more about NASA funding, and we really got interested in doing exciting STEM things ourselves.
Casey Vang is the program coordinator for community-based learning and the PI for the Aerospace Academy at Fresno State. She explains how undergraduate students take part in the program.
The undergrad students consist of students who are pre-service teachers, so they're on track to becoming a teacher, and we also pair them up with a STEM major, engineers or biologists, biology majors or chemistry majors. And their role is basically an instructor in the after-school program.
Fresno State is one of 9 institutions nationwide that was offered a prestigious grant from NASA.
First qualification is you have to be a minority serving institution. That makes us eligible. And then secondly, it was based on I believe it was based heavily on our experience with the Pre-Service Teacher Institute over the past 8 or 10 years. That really helped us. It's a competitive process.
Through this grant, it allows undergraduate students who have plans to become future teachers to gain experience in teaching STEM and providing an outlet for young kids interested in technology.
University of Texas El Paso, Texas State, and Fresno State are the only existing ones west of the Mississippi.
Dr. Price explains that although Fresno State has been issued another grant from NASA, eventually that will end. However, that won't stop the program.
We become sustainable, so when funding from NASA ends, we will still be here. So you'll hear of us for a long time to come because we operate with partnering school districts, the County Office of Education, the California Teaching Fellows Foundation, and so we are generating our own work now and our own source of income that would cover the cost of our undergraduate instructors to do this work. Mm-hmm. I think the most interesting thing, or what we really try to do here, is give them an innovative experience or an experience in technology that they might not otherwise get in their teacher preparation here.
One of the exciting parts of the Aerospace Academy is the level of detail that goes into making their summer program for kids as immersive as possible. Dr. Price discusses the Space Lab and how it is actually modeled after the International Space Station.
We construct out of PVC pipe, and we set up a module for physiology, a module for research. The students rotate from one wing to another and have a lot of, they have to fix things for survival on the space station.
Aerospace Academy offers many NASA-themed curriculums for kids to be exposed to various fields and technology that they may not have gotten to experience. Chem for Kids, coding, underwater robotics, and drones are just some of the courses offered through the Aerospace Academy.
We just give them a lot of problem solving to do, where they have to do critical thinking and work in teams. And throughout our entire program, team building and teamwork is just an underlying assumption. That space camp is probably the most innovative thing we do.
We try to we do family nights out at all the schools. That way the parents are educated, because when you have parent buy-in, you kind of have the two, it's stronger for the student, right?
Casey Vang discusses the family component involved in the program to further instill kids with the necessary motivation to have an interest in STEM.
We make it kind of fun so that the parents and the students are both in it together. And we all know when parents are involved, they're more successful in education.
We have these 24 flight simulators, and one of our programs is Ground School for Future Pilots. And so the kids come in, and in this class they can learn on a simulator. We set up in a technology lab. They're able to take off and land at the Fresno airport. It's all cued into Google Earth, and so when they look at the screen, the monitors, they're looking at what you would see if you were taking off from the Fresno airport.
Dr. Price emphasizes that living in the Central Valley, technology jobs are just as lucrative in enhancing and enriching agriculture here in the Valley.
We want kids to know about careers. For instance, drone piloting, especially in agriculture, is going to be, it's already a high demand occupation in agriculture to go out and spray crops with drones. We want kids to know about those opportunities.
Diving in Space is another program that actually involves high school students.
We run a STEM institute in the summers that connects scuba diving with underwater robotics with team building. And basically kids come in an hour and a half a day. They're actually learning intro scuba.
Once they are certified, the next course is dealing with underwater robotics. And all of this is done in teams to continue that component of working together to achieve a goal.
They learn to build and program a robot that works underwater. And then we have competition for that too, where the robot has to do some tasks underwater.
Casey and Dr. Price both expressed the importance of this program, not only for the kids, but for the undergraduate students training to be future teachers.
As I'm learning more and more about what effect this program or the impact it has on just future teachers and students, it's making me realize that, you know, with the future that we're going towards, like how the future is going to look in, I don't know, say 20, 15, 20 years from now, I think it's more and more needed that we educate our young people so that they can help in the future.
I just see a lot of the kids, the majority of kids we work with are from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. And I just think if we can get them excited about some of the things that we're showing them, it might be the spark that helps them break this poverty cycle and see, wow, I could be a scientist or just a drone pilot, and it'll make a lifelong difference in their lives. So I think making a difference in both the lives of kids and future teachers is what we're all about here.
The Aerospace Academy program shows kids that learning about STEM at an early age can shape and change a child's life for the better.
We want to make an impact in teacher education, and we want the people we work with who come through on their way to getting a credential to go out as stars in technology and STEM.
This is Monet Schlotterbeck with Fresno State Focus, Radio Edition.